Hello and welcome to the Get It Straight podcast. I'm Jason Sorotin here at AAO with my good friend and co-host, Judd Johns. How are you, Judd?
Very good, Jay. Good to see you. I'm going to step in closer.
Yes, you.
How's that?
Well, now you can hear the microphone. And guys, we're at AAO 2022, and I am joined by Stephen Gillum and Dr. Chris Cossey, Braces Academy and Ortho Screening. How are you guys doing?
Great. It's a great day at AAO today.
Fantastic.
Look, you know, AAO, it's just getting kicked off. I mean, to see this place get transformed in 2 days was pretty amazing. What are you guys looking forward to seeing and doing? This is my first AAO, so I don't even know like what I should be looking out for.
You've been to a lot of them, you ought to say.
I would say this is where the innovation breaks out. This is where you see all the new cool stuff and really classy, fancy booths like ours.
Yeah.
Attention grabbers. But you see some really cool products and innovative things coming, and this is always an exciting meeting.
What I'm interested in is, you know, are people making buying decisions? Like, is this a place, do doctors, and as a doctor, when you came to AAOs in the past, did you have a goal of like, hey, I'm going to go make some discoveries, I'm going to go buy things, or is it more organic?
It's kind of like when you go to the grocery store hungry. I go in and I'm like, okay, I need one thing. I have a list of this thing, you know, a couple things I'm interested in getting that my team has said, all right, you need to get this, you need to get this. And so I go get those, but then I get distracted, which just happens a lot, by all the fancy stuff and all the cool stuff. And usually I leave with something that I didn't necessarily need, but glad I got.
Stephen, you've done a lot of these, like from a business owner aspect. Why is it important, and why is AAO so big? Like you said, you have to come to AAO, Jay.
Well, I think it's the spot where everybody in this industry comes together, right? I mean, it's that face-to-face time that we all get to interact with people, and it's been so different over the past 2 years that we really needed this back. We needed to have that interaction with our current customers and also get to meet new customers, and for the doctors to be able to see their colleagues. So, but at the end of the day, this is the place where, like Chris said, if you're going shopping and you're in this space, you're going to come shopping here.
So tell me about what you guys do. You know, I obviously know, but the audience does. And, you know, you are two separate businesses under one umbrella, basically. You have Ortho Screening and Braces Academy. Just take us through, give us the Braces Academy pitch first, and then I want to hear about, you know, what you guys going on at Ortho Screening.
All right. So Braces Academy is pretty simple. It's a software where you can streamline your patient education efforts. So there's a lot of offices out there that are still educating people chairside and basically doing kind of like in-person lecture. And I think the one thing that has been so impactful over the past couple of years we've learned is everybody wants to watch video. It's a lot easier for kids to learn. My kids learn that way. So Braces Academy will use the power of video to help your practice to do things just like simply educate on hygiene. Sending a text message to a phone versus an assistant sitting there chairside. So the time savings are just an amazing thing that a practice will notice immediately when they use something like Braces Academy.
And what's interesting is a lot of people don't think about how much money is taken up with time. You know, you're losing money every time you have to tell the same person, hey, here's how you have to take care of your braces. Here's how you have to brush your teeth. Here's if a bracket breaks, here's what you should do. Why would you waste your time? It just seems like a common sense thing that you need. Now, Dr. Cossey, you're the founder of the business. What made you decide, like, hey, what made you see we are wasting so much time, we have to do something?
Well, first of all, we found some of our patients weren't doing a great job brushing their teeth. And so I told my team, I said, listen, y'all take as much time as you need to go through and educate them on brushing. And if we get behind, we get behind. But I just want you to go through and make sure we're going to be just complete on top of our hygiene. And so as the day went on, I looked out and I was like, we're an hour behind. We can't continue this. What's going on? They said, well, we're going over hygiene with every patient. I'm like, oh gosh. So we're gonna have to, something's got to give. We got to make a change. So I kind of noodled on that for a while and decided, okay, we need to create an animation, some kind of video on brushing that we can send out to the patient so they're not taking up chair time. And so started with one video, now we're 150 different videos that we have and content that we're passing out and emailing to parents. And
Didn't you start with an app, an iPhone app, before there was a video?
I did.
What? Tell us about your minimally viable product. What was that?
So first of all, we had an app called Rubber Band Reminder that was reminding patients to wear their rubber bands.
That's a long title.
That was a long.
It's almost as long as on-demand orthodontics.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about app failures in this conversation.
Hydration station. Anyone?
Yes. Stay hydrated. So I have my Dasani.
No, but how did you make that switch?
So they were totally two separate things, and I had them both going at the same time. Apple had. I'm not a coder, so I couldn't really do a whole lot of that. And then the Rubber Band Reminder was really big before Apple had, or all the iPhones had reminders, because there were no reminders. You couldn't set reminders on your iPhone at the time.
That was in the day where you make an app, and all it has to do is remind somebody to do something, and it was a breakthrough.
Exactly. So we were revolutionary at the time, and then Apple has a way of making your products irrelevant later.
Yeah.
We had a reminder set up.
So it reminds people.
That, this generation looks at it and go, wait, your app just reminded people stuff? I'm like, yeah, but at the time it was really cool.
How much did it cost?
I have no idea.
It was $5, Chris.
Was it $5? Yeah. So $5. There you go.
You charged $5 for the app?
There you go. I guess so.
It was a good reminder.
Yeah.
Pardon me. So now you've got 150 videos, and I want to say, I own a video production company. When I saw these videos, I was like, dude, I'm getting I was like, before I saw them, I was like, I'm going to get this business. Yeah. This is all mine. And then the videos are just so well done. Yeah. You guys did such a great job on them. And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand is that, not only are you getting a tool that saves you time, you're getting something that actually looks good and raises the bar of your brand. You're not giving somebody a crappy video that's like, look at Janie brush her teeth. This is how you do it.
Yeah.
Right?
We've seen some of those.
Right, exactly. So if you haven't checked out Braces Academy, go to bracesacademy.com. You can get a free demo there, right?
Absolutely.
And check it out. But I want to move attention because, over through the pandemic, we have seen the virtual consultation just grow and grow and grow. Ortho screening. Tell us about the value prop of ortho screening, what it is, and why people should give it a look.
Well, at the end of the day, the one thing we can tell you is no matter where you are, no matter where you're located, there are people who want to find out more information from you, especially if you're a doctor. In the most rural communities to the most technology-driven communities, they want to find out more information before they ever get face-to-face. And that's something to where there's a delta there for the doctor, because usually it's that person picking up the phone or the dentist sending somebody over. But what happens before is where ortho screening comes in as far as gathering the information you really need to give valuable feedback back to that person. So essentially what will happen is it's a portal that will allow them to send in photos, send in information, and allow you to give a pretty full assessment back to them before they ever come to the practice. And it's a way to really get a start before they ever even see you face to face. And we've seen that happen.
Well, it stops friction. It's like one big lubrication.
It removes the friction. That's it. One really big lubrication. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, I mean...
Took the words right out of Chris's mouth.
I would have chosen a different word, but...
He just doubled down on it, too. That's what stood out. It wasn't what he said. It was the emphasis.
Well, I mean, we don't need to get into the details of it, but you're allowing people to close more starts more easily. And I think that's huge. And there are competitors out there, right? There are people who are doing things. What makes you guys different? I know that I've heard you guys talk about it before, but I don't think I would articulate it well. What is the value prop?
One of the things I would say for us is we started this product in 2017. Which there really was nothing out at that point in time strictly focused on the virtual consult side. There was things out there as far as monitoring patients, but not the virtual consult. So, I mean, really we had about a 3-year run where it was kind of just sitting there. And then COVID happened and it was all of a sudden, here we are, we need this product. So it was a sleeper in a way, right? So we had a lot of time to think about it and work on it. I think it makes a big impact that we're created by orthodontists for orthodontists, because we really listen to what they need. I would say that's probably one of the most important things. And what you can also do, Jay, is you can loop in Braces Academy videos to ortho screening, and that's a big differentiator.
Explain.
If you were to get a report back from a doctor that's just a bunch of text, you're just going to read through it, right? But if a doctor sends you a video of this is what's going on with your bite, and he hasn't even seen you in person yet, it's a lot more personable, especially if it's a well-done video. And so with ortho screening, you've got access to Braces Academy videos to help you as far as those patients who are asking for more information.
So we'll send a video, for example, we'll do an assessment and say, okay, this patient's got crowding or they've got a narrow arch, and we can send them we're going to need to do an expander. So we'll send them what a narrow arch looks like and what it looks like after it's been expanded, and then we'll show them what a hyrax looks like. And so we can educate the patient in detail before they even come into the office. And then we can give them finances, we can give them all the information via the virtual consultation. And when they come in, we basically double check everything that we said was accurate. We'll take x-rays to make sure that there's nothing we're missing. And then we'll get started. So some days that I'll actually meet the person for the first time, check their x-rays, do an exam, and put them in the chair, and we're putting braces on that day. Or aligners, or whatever the case may be.
And take me through, because I also think the delivery is really interesting. Take me through, like, how the patient gets it, like how the doctors get it, because it can be branded for the docs, right?
Absolutely.
And I think that's a whole other element. Can you take us through how that works?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, what happens is, let's just think of your website. Obviously, and you know about websites, if you're a doctor and you've got a website, you want people on that website. But what are you really doing there besides just giving them a bunch of information? And so what ortho screening would do is it will give you an opportunity to have a portal where they click on it and the patient says, hey, I want to give you some photos so that you can assess my smile and tell me what we can do about it. And we'll ask for a chief complaint. So they may tell Chris, hey, I really don't like the gap in between my front two teeth, because then he can address that. So essentially what happens is the patient will access it in a digital form on their phone. They don't need to download anything. And then what will happen is the doctor will get it in their portal and say, hey, Chris will be at a soccer game and a new patient sending him a request. So they're doing it at midnight. They're doing it. It doesn't have to be during office hours.
It's on their schedule.
It's on their time.
Which now, since the pandemic has been pretty big.
One of the things that I like about ortho screening is just how customizable it is. We always recommend for our doctors that are using ODO that they also use ortho screening and brain bites, because the criticality of getting a start, it starts very far upstream, right? And so it's like, what kind of footprint do you want to send? What signal you want to send in the community? Who you are, how you represent, what kind of cases you do, what tools you use. It starts upstream there, and then the other pillar is, of course, this ortho screening. So if a doctor wants to communicate to a patient that they do a lot of aligners, or they use back and forth, it can all be customized with the videos be sent. I think that's what stands out for me, I think, with your tool. And by the time the patient gets in the office, theoretically that starts at the 5-yard line, I would presume. So at that point, the conversation or the consult's a formality. Is that a fair statement?
Absolutely. We're much further down the road once we start the conversation with them after they've educated them so much.
Yeah.
Kasi just showed me his phone of when all of these leads are coming in. He got one last night at 1:01 a.m. All right?
That was me. I was tire kicking. I was at the pool.
It's crazy. Look, if you want to learn more about orthodontic screening, go to orthoscreening.com. You can receive a free virtual screening. Sorry, guys. What is this? Receive a free virtual screening from an orthodontist. Oh, you send this out? Your website, this is really more patient-focused?
It can be, yeah.
Okay.
So basically, one of the things we did with ortho screening was also just to kind of help that lead generation from if you wanted to do a mass marketing campaign. And we've got ways that you can track that. So essentially, no matter what you're doing, you got to think about this too. There's a big element for tracking marketing spends for an orthodontist. So if Chris goes to a school, and let's just say there's 3, school A, B, and C, he can use ortho screening to actually track to see where those patients are coming from.
Wait a second. You're just giving these kits away?
Yeah, we can just give them away.
Okay, this is a whole new layer for me.
That's what they do.
You go into a school and you're like, here, kids, if you think that you have a bad smile, you probably do. Try this out. Wow, what a genius plan.
You know what? Yeah, you have to ask. So first of all, I'll tell you this. We'll go into schools and we'll pass out hundreds of boxes, hundreds of these kits. And they've got retractors in them. They've got all kinds of stuff in there for measuring different things. And the parents can do it at home, and they send their information back to us. We can do a virtual consultation. So instead of just passing out a frisbee at school or some kind of a tool to pass out, we're actually passing out something that's going to be a lead patient acquisition, lead generator, and getting us actual patients in the door.
That's crazy. I just want to say one thing real quick. Look at the line for Plinko right now.
We love some Plinko.
We have Plinko. We're giving away a Porsche Experience, a pair of Golden Goose shoes, lots of stuff happening at our booth. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to tell us about orthodontic screening and Braces Academy. Again, you can go get a free demo at bracesacademy.com. Go to orthoscreening.com, and if they go to orthoscreening.com, what should docs do if they're interested? Where should they go?
So if they go to orthoscreening.com, there's a doctor tab. They can click to schedule a meeting, or they can just type in orthoscreening.com/doctor. That'll get them there as well. Or go to bracesacademy.com, and either way, we'll get them a meeting scheduled.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much. But I want to go before we leave, Judd, you are here with ODO, the on-demand orthodontist. And, as a first-year company, you're coming into the show. What is your goal? What are you going to do while you're here?
We're doing it. I just want to sit here and do podcasts with my buddies all day. No, we're obviously we're a dual channel product. We support orthos and we transact with orthos, and for the ortho that is in need of outsourcing work, effectively we can do that work and we can support them and tailor their smile design just the way they like it and then put their name on it in their community. So if there's an orthodontist that likes a wide smile, an Anne Hathaway, or wants more smile arc or whatever it is, my partner Dr. John Morford is one of the best in aligner smile design. We work with dental monitoring to watch the case, but we love ortho screening for as well for the capture. So we kind of got a little bit of a triangulating effect there. But yeah, we're here just to meet and visit with some old friends and just have some fun. So it's been good.
That was one thing I didn't realize. So I could say I want James Franco's smile, and I can have a designer smile.
So fun fact, I was treated by our mutual friend, Dr. Mark Carell, and when I came into his office, he's a beast. He's a great orthodontist. So when I came into I was in treatment from California, so I'd been strapped up by another doctor in this old product that is now dead called Prodigy, and I came into his office and he said, "How do you want to look?" And I said, "Just like you," and he was like, "Okay, I think I can make that happen for you," and so. I think he did that, but yeah, I mean, I think Chris might have a better opinion on this. Would you say that you have a signature smile on the cases you finish in your community, you and Jeff?
Well, I think we definitely make them customized. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because if you're just if you see a deep bite case, you're gonna just do it the way you were taught in school. Where everybody just you just open the bite up, step up the incisors, upper incisors up, lower incisors down. I mean, that's just not the way you design a smile. It's not the way it should be done, And so a lot of people are still doing that. Yeah. But that's just kind of, looking at smile arc, looking at incisor and display and things like that. You can just really ideally design a smile. And I know ODO is doing that with John and you, and they're doing a great job.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, if you're interested in learning more, go to ondemandorthodontist.com, and there's plenty of places to contact, reach out, fill out a form, and Judd and his team will get you set up for a consultation. They can chat with you about how the whole program works. Guys, thank you so much for the first ever AAO podcast. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for being on the show. On behalf of Brain Bites Creative, On-Demand Orthodontist, Braces Academy, and Orthodontic Screening from AAO, we will see you next time. Thanks.